the second half of the season is going to be a beast. Miami, Kansas City, and Baltimore, all in 10 days. You got this Wednesday game on Christmas. Holy crap! What are you doing, NFL? I mean, player safety, we can't have kickoffs. You're playing 3 games in 10 days.
NFL teams are not happy about this.
No.
Because there's more than one team playing, not just the
Texans.
Texans.
There's 4 games. There's 4 teams. Pittsburgh and Kansas City doing it too.
Right. And
Kansas City, and listen, the Texans have to travel to Kansas City, and then I know they're hosting Baltimore, but you're still on the road. You should at least, all 4 of those teams should at least be home for one of those. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I had a personnel director yesterday just text out of nowhere and said, because we had talked about schedule or something, and texted out of nowhere yesterday and said, yeah, the NFL really cares about safety.
Yeah.
Multiple teams with 3 games in 10 days. And it turns out he was pretty pissed off about it because he said, do you know how hard it is to come back, 2 games in 10 days? He said, it's hard. It's hard to come back from 2 games in 10 days. Now they got 3 games in 10 days. He goes, that shows no desire to care about safety. And then he went on a rant about 18 games coming as well, with all these games being played and then the schedule. So, yeah, I mean, they really let the idea of just the marketing of Christmas
but
dictate.
It's a Wednesday. It's Christmas. You don't do this. You don't do this. This is a bad move by the league. This is a bad move. I know
it's probably the worst day you could possibly have a game on.
Yes. No. Because
you can't wait. Like you can't unless you
took that
bye weeks.
The bye week.
You would have had to stack that and they should have done that.
Yes. Or make that the previous week game. You don't play on Sunday. You play on Wednesday.
Yeah.
For that week.
Well, yeah.
Right. So,
but not play again on Sunday.
No,
you can't do that.
No, that's just it's bad. It's bad. But Christmas comes at the end of the year. You can't wait. Now I kind of like that their bye week is week 14 because you're going to be really banged up, and you got a bye week before that Miami, Kansas City, and Baltimore stretch. But this team is they're going to play 13 straight weeks. And they're going to be banged up. And it's a brutal schedule. DJ Bieniemy said, he doesn't believe that the Texans are going to win the division because of the schedule. And when you look at how brutal a first place schedule is compared to last year's schedule, I mean, it's night and day. It is night and day when you're talking about, Buffalo. So, I mean, I don't see this doesn't let up. Granted, the Colts that's your division team is going. Chicago was one of the worst teams in the league last. Although no, they won 7 games. The Vikings won 7 games. Jacksonville, it's something you can't do anything about. Buffalo, at New England, at Green Bay, Indianapolis, at the Jets. The Jets, Detroit, and Dallas.
Well, can I do that before we get started? Because we need to go week by week and take a look, and then I've got some data too.
Okay.
I need you to be in the right frame of mind because you have a tendency to look at schedules and go, except for the 10-game homestand for the Astros against the A's. That's the one you do feel fairly confident about.
Right.
That. You're very nervous about this, and I just want you to listen to. There's a former head coach who was faced with a dilemma of what people perceived as a difficult schedule. Now, you can approach this as, I just don't know, or you can approach it like this.
Last year, hey, we were under the radar. That's a good place to be. That. The best place to be is when expectations are high. Get used to it. It's always going to be that way. And now let's go out and prove everybody right. We know we're better than you. We don't give a if you know it or not. We don't give a if you give us your best game. We're going to give you our best game, and we're going to beat the out of you.
Whoa.
How's that? Let's go get it.
Wow.
So you want to maybe adapt that mindset?
Well, and D'Amico has said all the right things, too. Don't worry about when we're playing or who we're playing or whatever. Let's just go out there and play football.
Maybe
they got a better team. They are a better team. They've got C.J. Stroud, a really good quarterback. I hope he can back up last year. He's done his world tour. He's gone to Asia. He's gone. He's now best friends with
teaching people. In
Micah. He's got 12 podcasts now. Hopefully he's going to be able to back up what.
You know what I like?
on.
I'd rather him be on a football field with Asian kids at a football camp than watching him at a party with
Tank.
Not even Tank, with what's her name, Amber Rose. Would you rather him be on a boat party with Amber Rose, or would you rather him doing football stuff with Sketch, the streamer, the little nerdy white guy, with Sketch, and then maybe throwing footballs to Asian kids? I want B.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have a problem with any of that. Do a podcast with Micah Parsons, or would you rather have him at a strip club and at the parties with Tank Dell? Which one?
I want him.
A podcast seems harmless.
Yeah.
How many people have you ever heard of getting shot in a podcast?
I've heard of people.
How many baby mamas have ever happened on a podcast? Do you think Jalen Green got people pregnant on podcasts?
Radio stations.
People get shot at radio stations.
People get shot at radio stations.
Yeah, Hot 97.
So let's not pretend like being in front of a microphone protects.
I've never seen anybody get shot at Sunny 99.1. Never heard of that.
Sunny 99.1.
Dana Tyson's never been shot at.
No,
and she's never shot at anyone.
You don't know that Dana Tyson. You don't know.
Yeah, I know Dana Tyson.
Dana Tyson might have been shot at. You don't know.
I know Dana Tyson. No. She's never been shot at.
She wouldn't reveal that to you if she had. You don't know.
Yeah, podcast. Let me tell you something. No one gets pregnant at a podcast.
What?
No one gets pregnant. Jalen Green?
I don't care.
Any of the baby mama drama, did that happen at a podcast? No.
So you think CJ spends all his time at podcasts?
No, but I don't mind if he does. I don't mind if he's doing videos with Sketch the streamer.
Well, he has other things.
I don't know. I'd rather him be with women than Sketch the streamer.
You think it calls into question him being a quarterback because he's hanging out with that nerdy white dude?
What does Harrison Butker think about this?
Well, I don't think he would say anything.
Harrison Butker doesn't care
about what
that man can live his life.
As long as Amber Rose is in the kitchen.
Well,
CJ Stroud's a man,
but she won't be in the kitchen.
CJ Stroud's a man. He doesn't have any issues with what CJ Stroud is doing.
No.
All right, so here's the strength of schedule.
Okay,
Cleveland has
when we come back, we're going to start. We're going to go over the schedule.
Yeah.
Now I do this every year. You say, "Ooh, I'm scared of the schedule." No one is more optimistic than I am.
Watch the tone turn.
Okay, no one in the world is more optimistic than I am.
I've got.
You've also never seen a schedule where there are 3 games in 10 days late in the season against former playoff teams.
I have a feeling that that's not going to turn into a problem.
It's in the middle of the schedule with the Detroit and Cowboys, and I mean this is going to be sweet.
Rex. Help him out, Rex.
How did Rex finish that season when he was yelling about?
I think he got fired.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's the next year he got fired. Yeah.
F that. This is how it is now. Fired. That's how it is now. We're gonna. That's the expectations. Fired. Yeah. Okay. I don't want D'Amico to get fired. You know what I want? A last place schedule every year.
D'Amico's not going to tell anybody, we're going to go out there and beat the out of them. I don't give a what they're doing. Now let's go get a snack. Said D'Amico never.
Now take your shoes off. No, D'Amico never said that to anybody.
I like pretty feet.
Yeah, you and Rex.